How's it going, Internet? This is Jacob with Jacob Reviews Things, and today we're here to do a review of this Cold Steel Peacemaker 3. Now, this is a hard review to do because this knife is awesome. By the way, I'm just trying something different with the lighting. The knife doesn't normally have this bluish glint. Let me know if you guys think this is cool. I just thought it was cool. Anyway, so yeah, awesome knife. The sheath on this knife really sucks. So, yeah, it's an interesting trade-off. The knife isn't very expensive, luckily. It's under 50 bucks. But yeah, let's get into this. So, first of all, what is this made for? Why did Cold Steel make it? Well, they designed it to kind of be, according to them, like a boot knife. Just a knife you can kind of carry anytime, anywhere besides your boots. But yeah, just a good thin knife you could use for just about any situation. It's got a Scandi grind, which I think is really cool. That's actually the main reason I got this. I was like, oh, it's a Bowie style blade with a Scandi grind. That's awesome. Because I've had a couple more knives, and the Scandi grind is awesome. It's so good for so many things. Working with wood, I mean, it's just, if you get a Scandi grind really sharp, like I have a Victorinox fixed blade with a Scandi grind, and that thing is like a laser beam. And this did come very sharp. For a cheap knife, this has had an amazing edge. It still does. I haven't used it a whole lot, just pretty lightly. Just taking it on a few hikes, you know. Used it at work a few times, but yeah, it's just, it is a good size knife for EDC. Just have it in your backpack. So yeah, I think Cold Steel accomplished that with the knife at least. The sheath kind of gets in the way of that, but we'll talk about that when we get to the sheath. Yeah, and I mean, for everyday carry, um, just about any task, this is just well designed, usable. The handle fits my hand perfectly. Yeah, got a little extra space here. The knife's full tang with some German 4116 steel, which, oh, I forget what they said on their website, but Cold Steel did some kind of cryo treatment to it, which I assume makes the steel even better. Usually when a knife company says they've done some kind of cryo treatment, it means they've improved on the steel in some way with their heat treatment, or they have some awesome heat treatment. Anyway, yeah, I mean, the knife is very thin. That is one plus and one drawback. It's good for carrying because it's thin, but yeah, definitely would be concerned if you're like using this for really hard use. Like, I wouldn't be doing heavy chopping or building a cabin with this knife if I was. Yeah, this would not be the knife I would choose for those tasks if I was going to use a knife for that stuff. But it seems to hold up well, especially for a thin knife. There's not a whole lot of flex. I'm trying pretty hard to bend that. Yeah, I mean, I can't think of a whole lot of things this knife wouldn't be good at. It's very stabby because of how thin it is, and the edge on that is so sharp and pointy. And then Cold Steel always has good tips on their knives. Let's see if my camera will focus. Nope. Oh no. No. Yeah, my camera sucks at this. Anyway, it's very stabby. It's very pointy. The blade actually starts to narrow right about here. You can feel the thickness decrease. I just got my fingerprints all over it. But yeah, right about there where the light is where the edge starts to go down. Or the bevel, whatever it is, whatever this is. The blade gets thinner from here. But yeah, okay, yeah, you can see it right there. Great knife. The sheath really brings this knife down though, which sucks. So I don't know why the sheath is this wide when the blade is that thin. They definitely could have made this, like, I don't know, tapered the sheath, because the handle is very thick compared to the knife blade. So, but I don't know, they could have worked around that pretty easily instead of having a normal like clasp or something to kind of hold the knife in place. They have these two pieces of the sheath that you can see they've got little cutouts right here. When they're straight like this, they hook around the knife and kind of hold it in place. You can pull it out easily when it's not in your pocket or on your belt, but when you have like the pressure from your body holding it gets pretty secure. So it is a good way in theory to hold a knife in, but it can be kind of awkward for me, at least. I'm not a big fan of this. I would much rather they done something more traditional. But yeah, cool idea. Just not. It's either not the right idea for this knife or it's just not executed well. It's hard. Either way, not a fan. Yeah, like I said, when it's not on, when there's not pressure on one of the sides, yeah, the knife's easy to pull out. You get a good grip on it, but yeah, it's a pain. Plus, these come up very high. I mean, even here you could cut off a good solid, probably inch of this. It would give you more handle to actually grip on, because you can see here the lips of, dang it, sorry, my camera's being annoying. The lips of the sheath, or whatever these clasps, the side sheath, whatever this is, are wider than the handle. So if you hold it like this as you're pulling, you're just grabbing a lot of this. So yeah, I would have just shaved a good chunk of this off, just gotten this side as far down as I could, just give you more of this nice, good, rubbery, grippy material to pull on when you're pulling out the knife. So yeah, and I read a lot of comments online from just on websites where people have bought the knife, and a lot of people really love this thing. They have similar complaints as me, where they love the knife, the sheath isn't the best. For me, none of my boots, this wasn't comfortable to carry it in. A lot of the comments I read, people were able to carry it in their boots, so maybe it's just me or my boots. I don't know. Either way, it didn't work for me. The other thing that didn't work for me that I didn't see complaints from other people about is this clip. For me, it's very, very, very stiff. It's hard to actually get it to bend far enough to get over my belt or pant pocket a lot of time, or to pull it out or off my belt. So that's kind of an issue, but seems to just be a me thing. I haven't heard anybody else complain. Yeah, not really sure what else to say. It's a well thought out, well designed knife with good steel from a good company, good handle material. It's ergonomic. Just about any way you want to hold it. It's very sharp. It's very cool looking. It's very unique. I haven't seen. I saw. I think it's called the Campero from Joker Knives. That's the only other knife I've seen that looks anywhere near how this knife looks. So yeah, for the price, you're getting a very good knife. You're getting not a very great sheath. At one point, I honestly thought about just having somebody I know make a sheath for it, and I was like, I don't know if this knife is really worth it, whatever. But yeah, just thought I'd give you guys my thoughts on this cold steel Peacemaker. For what it is, I think it's worth the price. Solid knife, not so solid sheath. Yeah, if you want to get it, I don't see any reason why not, other than maybe the sheath being a problem when you're carrying it. But yeah. Oh, do one last shot here in front of the ruler. There is a larger version, the Peacemaker 2. This is a 4-inch blade. The Peacemaker 2, I think, has a 5 or 5.5-inch blade. But yeah, that is a foot. That is the knife. That's the sheath. Yeah, there you go. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw here, subscribe, maybe even leave a like. Comment if you have one of these. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, just let me know. Yeah, have a good one.